Hello, hey, hi. Today we're talking about something juicy, something spicy, something that may even make your blood boil. Spite. I'm talking about a grudge you've been holding on to for days, weeks, months, sometimes years. I'm talking about that slow burning resentment that just marinates in your brain. The one you turn over and over and over and think about randomly throughout the day. I feel like we all have one of those. Maybe it's someone that wronged you or a situation that you replay constantly. There was this quote floating around the interwebs a while ago. It was like, I run on spite, or runs on spite, or something like that. And I understood that. I resonated with that. I felt that. And if you still do, sick. I respect it. Spite can feel like fuel, and it can actually produce some savage, iconic level ups. I am definitely not denying that. But I have a theory. A hot take, if you will. Spite is a losing game. Let me explain.
Welcome to Thoughts from a Blob, brought to you by a blob.
Okay, I feel like I have to start by letting you guys know that spite is not some hypothetical, lofty idea for me. I have many a time in my little blob life hopped into my spite era. There's this one example / moment that sticks out in my mind. So we're going to start with a little story time, a little flashback, a little deep dive into Lennie's past. Something happened to me, a situation that had real life consequences with real people making really gross and manipulative decisions about my life and my career. And those choices kind of changed the course of my future. I can't go into specifics for legit legal reasons. Oh my God, this sounds so ominous and wild. And I guess it kind of is ominous and wild, but okay, let's just say I signed something and ended up trapped in a really bad situation for years, like literal years. But that is neither here nor there. Okay, back to the story. When I tell you I stewed on this, I mean every single day. I had entered my villain origin story arc, and I wasn't just mad. I was plotting. I would spend hours thinking about how I was gonna own them, how I was gonna proverbially, you get it, proverbially make them pay. What I'd say when I finally got my moment. I would daydream about what kind of karmic justice I hoped the universe would serve them. I spent so much time on that. Like, if I added up the total hours I spent just replaying the situation, imagining my revenge, I think I would look at that number and be like, what the F? But fast forward. Okay, one day, I'm in the shower, yet again, stewing on their demise. And then I had this thought. It just popped into my brain. It was like, wait. Holy F, this has taken up so much space in my brain. Like, so much space. And I had this moment where I was like, what if I just dropped this anger? Just for now. Just for this shower. What if I let it go and I let it float off into the ether for just like a second? And immediately, like scarily immediately, I felt so much lighter. And I want to be clear, this wasn't me deciding to forget. I wasn't sweeping what happened under the rug. I wasn't excusing these people or pretending that I wasn't hurt. I can still acknowledge the pain. I can still use that experience as a compass to make sure I never get myself into that situation again. But what I realized in that moment was that I get to decide. I get to wake up and say, no more. No more, sir. You don't get to control me like this. You don't get to be part of every day. And that, honestly, that was a real win for me. And it kind of sent me down this rabbit hole of thinking about spite and the role it plays in my life, and now I'm yapping about it on a podcast. Okay, let's dive in. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Spite feels so good at first, like weirdly good, almost like a drug. Someone wrongs you, and suddenly you're motivated. You've got energy. You're about to glow the F up and prove them wrong out of pure pettiness. And honestly, it kind of works for a little while. But I feel like that type of motivation, it's like motivation with negativity baked in. I feel like underneath the hood of that motivation, at least for myself, it's because I want the other person to feel bad. I want them to think, wow, I really, really, really messed up. And that's when spite stops being useful and starts becoming draining and not cute. This goes for friendships, work things, romantic relationships, that person that cut you off on the highway, your mom, your dad, your Aunt Terry, etc. You get the point. Grudges. Oh boy, have I held and still hold so many grudges. You can let it sit in your heart and fester. You can let it be the thing you revisit every night before bed. But a conclusion, an annoying conclusion that I've come to, is that the person you're thinking about, the one you're crafting comebacks for in your head, the one you're imagining scenarios for where they finally get what's coming to them, they are out there in the world, drinking their little iced coffee, living their little life, probably not thinking a single thought about you. And this is what makes spite a one-way street. Because the reality of the situation is they may be the one who messed up, but you are the one paying the price. There's this quote, or I think it's a proverb, and it goes something like, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And I don't want to confuse this take with handing out forgiveness to people who do not deserve it. It's definitely not allowing people to walk all over you or a way to suppress your feelings. I feel like it's just about prioritizing your peace over everything. Like clearing out the passageway of your soul, kind of. One thing I know for sure is that this person or this situation does not deserve your mental energy. They don't deserve your attention, your thoughts, your emotions. Don't give them that power. When you carry around resentment, you're the one lugging it around. When you hold a grudge, you are the one that has to keep holding it. My hot take is the real power move, the actual revenge, is not giving them your energy at all. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Again, a hot take. Feel free to completely disagree. Hold all the grudges. That's what's cool about life. We can all live it our own cute little ways. But I think for me, my most peaceful life is when I come to peace with my grudges. And that's my take, and I'm sticking to it. There's this iconic book that I really, really, really love. It's called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer, and I want to leave you with a quote from it. It goes, "Do not let anything that happens in life be important enough that you're willing to close your heart over it." I really love that one because it kind of reiterates the fact that truly nothing is more important than your peace. You deserve peace in this life. And no trivial little human thing is worth giving up your peace. I don't know. Oh, you made it to the end of the episode. You made it to the end. If you did, you're a baddie bee. You're a bad bee in my book. I love you so much. I'm sending you all the love in the world for your day and your week. And I guess I'll catch you next Friday. Bye.
If you enjoyed Thoughts from a Blob, don't forget to subscribe on Spotify or Substack so you never miss a new episode. And hey, maybe even tell a friend or an enemy, whatever feels right.